that there was a time when we could have ended this surgically and that it was prevented. We must know who prevented. I quote, "On the 9th December 2001, the United National Front Party, led by Ranil won on a platform of peace and a negotiated settlement. Amid the sensitive negotiations for a peace deal with Norway in the lead, on 20th December, a special forces team was in place in the Vanni jungle. For once, it knew for certain where the elusive tiger leader was. The assassination team was due to strike on Christmas Eve. The team leaders were just ready to press the start button when they were countermanded, despite fierce intelligence arguments that Prabhakaran's death would end the war. But the new government, that is the government of Prime Minister Ranil, feared the collapse of the ceasefire negotiations. The death squad was not disbanded, it was pulled back. The special forces operatives were stood down temporarily in a safe house in Colombo. In one of the biggest intelligence-owned goals of the war, the house was raided by special branch police from Kandy. The highly secret operation was exposed. It was not a case of overzealous detectives. A senior minister in the new government had got wind of the audacious raid. The heads of military and national intelligence were overridden when the police arrested the operatives and jailed them in Kandy. They were released after 2 weeks, and as a scapegoat, a middle-ranking police officer was suspended temporarily. It did not end there. The intelligence leadership was accused of using the safe house as a base to assassinate the Prime Minister. Once again, the tiger leader was unscathed." End quote. An invited lecturer every time the US Special Forces teams trained our hand-picked teams in Operation Balance style. But I remember the Special Forces, the US Special Forces out of Fort Bragg, asking me the question, why did this happen? How could this happen? Because these boys had trained with them. How could a government do this? My only answer was to ask them whether they had seen the movie The Manchurian Candidate. But ladies and gentlemen, if that operation had gone forward, if Prabhakaran had been decapitated in the manner that President Obama sanctioned Zero Dark 30, the operation that took down Osama bin Laden, we would not be in this hellish situation that we are today. And the people of Sri Lanka, Sinhalese and Tamil, the armed forces, the Tamil civilians would not have had to go through the war that we went through. So if there are any complaints about the last days of the war, that solution was made inevitable because the decapitation strike was stopped by Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe. And it is unthinkable that such a person puts himself forward as an alternative to Mahinda Rajapaksa. That our former president, Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga, who probably has very good reasons to criticize Mahinda Rajapaksa, has chosen not to say a single word about how this operation, which she had sanctioned, I must say, all credit to her, how that operation was aborted by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. Not a word of criticism about Ranil by Chandrika Bandaranaike Kumaratunga.